USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Good afternoon. I am Garth Marchand, host of News and Views with the Rabbi. And today we are discussing, again, back to the important topic of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, as we've been doing in the past. Now, there's an updated situation where there's peace talks being happening. President Trump has gotten involved to see if they can commit a peace treaty between the rebels, M23, the government of Rwanda, and the government of Democratic Republic of the Congo. And it seems things are working. Plus, the owner of Amazon and Mr. Bezos, and also the owner of but anyway, they're important people that wants to buy the mining situation in the Congo so that the people can benefit. So today we're going to have a discussion, and we have someone online with us, Ms. Reddy, all the way from San Francisco. So Ms. Reddy, could you introduce yourself and say something about what's happening? Ms. Reddy. Hello, Ms. Reddy. Oh. Hello. Anyway, this became an important topic because of the genocide that was going on in that country. Plus the fact that, you know, like I've been saying all along, oh boy. We're back on. Hello?
Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages seen to America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space, business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you. Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages seen to America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space, business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you. Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages seen to America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you. Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages seen to America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be on another device. Thank you.
Come on right now because they say waiting. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon. I am Garth Marchant, the host of News and Views with the Rabbi, Millennium TV 24. You can catch it on all of your devices. And today we are discussing, again, the topic of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. As you know, there's been war going on there between the rebels and the government, and some involvement from the government of Rwanda. And there's a lot of killings, a lot of rape, a lot of resources being stolen from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. As I explained before, your cell phone could not be made without the resources from the Congo, and they are exploiting the people of the Congo. So we want to correct it. So President Trump has gotten the government to come together, Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, to come to the table along with the rebel group M23 to come to the table and negotiate. So that's where we're at right now, and we want to have an update with people from the Congo. We have online Mr. Reti, a person from the Congo who resides in San Francisco. So, Mr. Reti, could you proceed and let us know what's happening?
Like I said before, my name is Otokonda Iget Blem. I live in San Francisco. So the President Trump and President Tshisekedi have signing a deal so that United States can exploit the mineral from Congo, can come to Congo in exchange with peace. So they are in the process. they involve Rwanda to come and sign to retreat from Congo, to take all his soldier and all his armed group from Congo. So they signed the first deal, the first agreement for Rwanda to leave Congo, and Rwanda, it was last week, with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Rwanda, the Minister of Foreign Affairs from Congo, Madame Therese Kwaekwamba. They did it in Washington, D.C. So we are moving toward to sign the deal with the United States because they want to help Congo to have peace. And the peace in Congo means peace in the region of the Great Lake, because Congo have 9 neighbors around its country. So if there is peace in Congo, and the Congo is like the second largest country in Africa now, and in a region of Great Lake. So we have 9, like I said, we have 9 neighbors. We have South Sudan, we have Republic of Central Republic, we have Congo Brazzaville, we have Angola, we have Zambia, we have Tanzania, we have Uganda, we have Rwanda, we have Burundi. So all those 9 that are cited are neighbored from Congo. And the Congo is huge and they have a lot of potential in the mineral resources, as coltan, lithium, cassiterite, gold, diamond, you name it. So now that the United States is involved, and we are going toward having peace in Congo, and we are hoping that Rwanda is really going to retreat, and we're going to live as neighbors and share common resources that we have, such as the lake, the forest, and the ecology system, and such. So that's where we are today. So the update is, I think next month our president will come to the United States to come and finalize whatever the process they are doing and sign the deal.
And he's welcome to come on the air with us so that, we can at least have the celebration of peace that is happening in the Congo. I'll
try my best, since it's in Washington, D.C., and you'll be there. You are on that side, so I think we can do something. We can invite him on the show, and he will be welcome, because he really trying hard to make sure that Congolese people live in peace, because it's 30 years that this have been going on and nobody paid attention until now.
Yes. And I read the communique from President Trump's negotiator that especially Rwanda and everything, that they want the peace so that resources could be shared instead of one attacking the other and, the people being killed over that. So what I read from the communique from the White House was a good thing. It's a good thing. So I hope that, from what you're saying, that it seems that things can be worked out, correct?
Yes, it's a good thing, because we share a lot of stuff together. We share the lake. The lake has gas that can be exploited, and the Rwanda have been exploiting it. So the lake, we all share the water. So I think it's going to be good for all of us to enjoy the proceeds that come from the lake. And then we have the park, the biggest park that have a lot of animals that we share. And those animals, they don't know the boundary. They can go to Rwanda or they can be in Congo. And also we have a river that is called Ruzizi. And that river has power dam that Rwanda and the Congo share. So there's a lot of stuff that we, as neighbors, we can share. And even the resources that we have in Congo, if we are in peace, there is no way that he's not going to benefit. Of course, the road are going to be built. Everything between our country will be fair, because the landscape is the same. So we just need peace, because the peace will take us forward for so many things to do together as neighbors.
And I think it could work out, because I know that at one point we looked at President Kagame as a hero, right? because he actually stopped the genocide that was happening in Rwanda and created a government that could operate and help develop Rwanda. So I really believe that he will come to the table, because to me he was a hero by ending the genocide. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that was in his country. Whatever happened in political, arena, that was in his country. Of course, he's the president. He had to make sure that his people have peace. And we helped a lot, because we welcome a lot of Rwandese that we have been living in peace for years. And because over there, there were war between ethnic group, between Tutsi and Hutu.
Yes.
So they flee to Congo, and we welcomed them. We didn't have any problem. So for us, living in peace, it's not something that nobody wants war. And he stopped the genocide over there, but then they started in Congo. So it's like we were happy to welcome them, and what we got was not what we expected. Because when a neighbor is in trouble, you want the things that you can do is make sure that helping them to be in peace, and that's what Congo did. We didn't blink in the eyes to just invite and say, hey, come on, have a shelter or get a refuge until when everything is settled. So after that, the resource was now a problem, and everybody now started looting Congo in the resources. And not only looting, but killing people. There's more than 12 million that died in Congo. It's worse than Holocaust. But nobody talk about it, because there was a lot of involvement in Congo that a lot of country was benefiting for us to be in war, for us to be, be exploited. And right now, President Trump had put it on the light, and the President Tshisekedi also is really, happy to follow and make sure that the region is in peace. Because if somebody in the region have a problem, it's everybody's problem, because there's a lot of refugees that are from Congo that are fleeing in Rwanda, in Burundi, in Uganda, in Tanzania, and South Sudan. There are more than 100,000 people that are out of they are settled somewhere. So they had to come back home, because that's where they belong, and they left everything to flee. And there's a lot of women that have been raped, more than 500 women that have been raped from those rebels. So all that caused turmoil, and we can't operate under pressure, because when your country is at war, there's nothing you can do. You have to do something to help them, because those people really need to come back home.
Right. So, it seems to me, from what you're saying, that with the rape of the women and the children being exploited to work in the mines, right? And then the resources leave the Congo, and the people don't benefit from it. So the people stay in poverty, and that's what we think that needs to stop. Correct?
Yes, because when they do the exploit, they take the children to enroll them in the army. They take women hostage to be in the army, to feed them, to cook for soldiers. They take resources so because it's not legal, they are doing it under the radar. So what they are doing, they're taking everything, and the population are dismissed. The village are just destroyed. So the ecosystem also is bad, because wherever they are looting, they are not doing it properly. Wherever they are mining, by looting, they are not doing it properly. So if they are not doing it properly, it affects everybody. It affects the water, the phone, the floor, everything that is on the system. The people too, they cannot be in peace. They are restless. Today you come back to your village, the next morning, the army group comes, you fly again. You go to another country. The next morning you come. After 6 months, you have to run again. So the kids we are losing a lot of resources, because our kids are not going to school properly. And in that region, we're going to have a lot of problem, because we're going to have a lot of uneducated people. 30 years of life, it's the time that a child had to be raised properly to become a good citizen. So there's a lot of things that we are really missing at this time that Congo need to catch up, because the kids in that region, they don't go to school. So they are analphabets. So they don't go to school. It's going to affect the country. The social system is going to be bad, because they don't know how to behave, or to be in a society that share, they can be a good shareholder of the society. Because they are growing in war. They will just the language that they are speaking is guns, and that's not the way people live.
Drums, right. So I understand that a lot of people had watched the show that we did before in the Congo, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Right. So and I'm happy that we were able to get the message out there, because I understand that the president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo watched this show.
Yes.
Right. And also I understand that President Kagame of Rwanda watched the show also. So he knew that what we were saying, that it had to be resolved, correct?
It's correct. They have to, because there is no way we can live in one place that there is discordance. There's always tension. That's not the way to live. People live in peace. We share common resources. We cannot be fighting for 30 years and then, make other people miserable and then make other people rich. At the end of the day, if you are not helping your people, your neighbors are not happy, your friend, your kids, you are not happy too. You live because you had to live, but you don't live according to the law of the nature that you have to live in peace. And when you die, people are not going to be happy that sad that you die. They wish you to die death all the time.
Well, that's why, we're going to be working on President Kagame, because he took a country that was really totally destroyed. I mean, he was a guerrilla soldier that went over to the government and become the president of
officially
Rwanda officially, and develop the country to the point where if both of y'all can work together, and I think we can get everybody to the table to work together, then both countries can do well from the resources that's there that could be shared. Correct?
Yes. The problem is that region, we are so intertwined, and marriage between people, you cannot stop that. So when you live across the border, it's just you can walk like you're going to another door. So you cannot be living in that kind of tension, because people have kids together. There's somebody from Rwanda that have kid with a Congolese. There's a Congolese that have a kid with Rwandese. So those we cannot. It's something that's unbelievable to see that he took the country by war, and the mentality that he has, President Kagame. I'm not trying to undermine his leadership, but just to understand that your neighbors is in pain, and you can sleep and wake up and make yourself a hero. You cannot make yourself a hero on the people's behalf. No, you can't. Even animal, we treat them better than the way he treated us. So especially
I understand his bitterness in the sense that when the whole world sat silent, the genocide that was happening in Rwanda and part of Burundi, where the Hutsis were killing the Tutsis, and then when they drove out, both are at war and at faction, right? So, I mean, from what I'm gathering from him, his concern is that the genocide will be repeated against the Tutsi people, and you don't want to see that happening. But we can resolve that without that kind of war between both factions.
No, whatever he's saying, it doesn't make sense, because Tutsi people are not only in Rwanda. Tutsi are around the region of Grelak, all the way to Somalia.
Yes.
You see what I mean? So he can't always claim like Tutsi people are in Kenya. They are in Tanzania. They are in Uganda. They are in Burundi. They are in his country, Rwanda. They are all the way to Somalia down there. So, I mean, how can a dense population like that being mistreated? And who's mistreating them? Because in Congo, we don't kill them. And in Congo, we had 250 something, tribe. We never have a war between tribe. No, we don't have a war in Congo between tribe. So we cannot act, even them, they live with us now in Congo. We don't kill them. So what if that's the case? Imagine you live in a Congo, and you live in Rwanda, and this person, the same ethnic group, maybe live both sides. So why are you coming to kill people because you are chasing some people? And in Congo, we have them because we have been living for years with them. And in Congo, we are Bantu. And in Africa, there's a lot of ethnic group. So are they going to come to Congo and kill all the Bantu, 100-something people, 1,000, 1 million people, because they are saving a Tutsi? And who's killing them in Congo? Nobody's killing them. So whatever the allegation he's pushing, it doesn't stand. It doesn't make sense. If he want to protect his people, he can work with the government of Congo, say, oh, my people are over there, keep them in peace. Of course, you can come and visit them. Of course, you can come and see how they are doing because you're a president. But if you're protecting your people that are in another country, so you can't kill all the people on behalf of your people. No, he have been killing Hutu over there. So that's the mentality they live in Rwanda. They live in fear. So nobody talk, and he think it's that the way it's supposed to be. And the international community supported him for a long time. Even up to today, there's some country that are opposing the deal. There's some country in Europe that want the deal not to pass, so that way they can stay in that. We stay in that condition.
But it's obvious why they would, because they're stealing every one of the resources from the Congo. Yes. So they want to see that where the people in the Congo don't get the resources and the richness that exist, right? Mm-hmm. So they don't want a deal. Because with a deal, the people of the Congo would benefit from these resources, because my understanding right now is that Jeff Bezos, the one that owned Amazon and the Washington Post, Bill Gates have offered to buy some of the minerals, the resources in the Congo, so the people can benefit from it. A lot of people don't want that because the European powers, the Chinese don't want that either, because the Chinese are the ones that are taking some of the resources to use to build a cell phone, right? And also to build the electric cars and the batteries for the electric cars. All that come from the Congo.
Yes.
So they don't, my estimation, that's why I'm so involved in this issue, because most of you got to read the book by Walter Rodney, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, right? And all of these European countries come in and take all the resources out, and the people stay poor, and they fight each other over peanuts.
Yes.
And that has to stop. That's why a lot of people support Mr. Touré, the new president of
Burkina Faso,
where he's driven out all the Europeans out of there and developed the country himself. He's building new electric cars. Imagine that, right? That could be done in the Congo.
Yes.
They could build their own cell phones to market to the world. Yes. And the European powers, the Chinese, they don't want that.
Yeah, the problem is right now, and the war is, for me, the perspective of I see the war now, it's so small that we had to live in peace. Because what I have might benefit you. What you have might benefit me. And the good things is, if we live in peace, that can be done easily than when you have war. So Chinese and European, this is not the first time. They use us for years. They colonize us. So they think that they're going to be doing this over and over. But forgetting that the landscape has changed, people have evolved, kids have evolved. And the reality of what we're living today is not what you have 100 years back. But on all these things, the cell phone can be made in America. We have some electrical car that made in the US, made in Mexico, part made in Mexico, made in China, in Canada, and they put them together in California. People are using them. There's no problem. The problem is, I think for me, the problem is they undermine the Black people. I go there because when I look at it elsewhere, there is no genocide, or the way they treated the Black race is like trash. It's like trash. So I understand for President Traoré, Ibrahim, to feel that anger, because you can't be born and be bullied for life. until when you die. Somebody come to your country, use you, use your cheap labor, use your resources to make themselves rich. It's about time that people start taking us seriously. When you come to somebody's country, I live in California here, I've been for 30 years. And when Google do something, they say corporate responsibility. When
Right.
Tesla do something, they say corporate responsibility. So what happened to us?
Right.
The corporate responsibility, that doesn't matter for Black people. It does matter.
Right.
Our lives matter because the same blood that is in my vein is the same blood that is in white people's vein.
In everybody's vein. Right. We all the
Exactly.
same.
So why is it that us that have been to be abused and taken for granted wherever we are? That's
Right.
the question we have to ask ourselves. And then now our kids, our youth are rising up to say, no, we can't be living like this. My mom,
Yeah.
I was born and raised as a slave, and up today, they think that they can come and enslave us. He's right to fight for his people. He's right.
On that note, we have to take a brief break.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine.
Hello, viewers in America and around the world. This is Garth Marchant for Millennium TV 24. I am the host for News and Views with the Rabbi. This platform is for all religions and much more. Please watch Millennium News 24 every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We are streaming on live TV and podcast, iOS and Android services, and all smart TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Globally, we are on Horizon Satellite. Our website is MillenniumTV24.com, MillenniumNews24.com, all social media, Millennium News 24. Yeah, we're back. When you talk about that, I think with Bill Gates and Bezos and the President of the United States, Donald Trump, we now can probably make cell phones in the United States because of the Congo, right?
Yes.
And they could be sold cheaper to the American public than what they get from China.
It
Right?
is.
Right, and the people there from the Congo can benefit what the American government is going to do to try to help develop the Congo in that way. Plus, from my understanding, reading the readout from the White House, is that because they are going to be protecting the mines in the Congo, that they will protect the country from war.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Could you get into that a little bit, because people don't understand that the western part of the Congo is where a lot of the resources are, right?
Mhm.
And so those resources are being not only robbed by the M23 gang, right? Rebels, but also by international companies.
Community, yeah.
Right. So, for example, could you explain some of the countries and the companies that are exploiting the people in the Congo?
Yeah, it's not only M23. There's a lot of countries, international community, that brought the armed group of the companies. They come to Congo, they find a mining, like space. Then when they start mining, since we didn't have, the army was not that strong, so they had to bring their own people to be like the security for wherever the mining plots or land they have. So they brought a lot of armed group. We have more than 24 because each country will come, or each company, and they will bring their own people. And they bring in their own people, they bring guns because that's to guard what they are doing. So that's why we ended up with a lot of armed group beside the M23 that is killing people. everybody have their own security company that are armed. So President Trump and Secretary Rubio asked that everybody leave Congo. Why they had to leave Congo? Because we had to face the reality of who's doing what. So the accountability is by everybody leaving Congo, we will know exactly where we are in terms of security. And if Congo have its own army or form a good army, strong army, the army was weakened because the genocide, because the looting was systematic, was organized. So right now, if the army is brought back, which they are forming more young people to go to the army, they're going to be patriotic army. And those people, they had to be accountable to the government and told our people, like American people that are coming, to know that those soldiers belong to Congo and they are the one protecting us. Not everybody coming to Congo and they bringing their own army. Because you come to Congo, you have to find at least people to make sure that you are secure, your belongings are secure. But since they were war, so they are looting and they made it organized in a way that they'll bring their own people, they'll protect. And if you stop them, they can kill you. So it's not only even Rwanda who are doing, there's some stuff that Rwanda have been doing, because most of them, they were going through Rwanda. They didn't come through Congo, through Kinshasa, which is the capital city, to do the paperwork, and they go to the mining site. They were coming through Rwanda, through Gisenyi. So Gisenyi was the entry that everybody was coming. And they built infrastructure in Rwanda to be able to how do you call it, to do the smelting of the gold and stuff in Rwanda. And I remember I went to one meeting in Silicon Valley here, it was in 2018, and they were saying that Rwanda exported more coltan than anybody in the world. But geographically, Rwanda do not have coltan.
Wow.
They don't have that. They don't have even a lot of gold. So for the President Trump to come to Congo and America to come to Congo, they wanted to assess the whole situation, not only for the mine, but for the condition of what we are living. So that will give them a whole perspective, whole idea how the country is standing in terms of security, army, land, whatever. So they did, they have a special envoy, Mr. What is his name?
He has an envoy that's now negotiating with the sides in UAE, I think it is, or one of those Arab countries. They're now negotiating this deal.
Yeah, they went to Doha to try, everybody trying to understand and make peace. And the Middle East, president of Doha and the king, the prince of Doha, invited the group, everybody to come in. They want to listen to everybody to hear, understand from the horse mouth what's going on. So before they know how to make peace, because M23 is claiming that they are here for the people. But if you are there for the people, how can you kill 5,000 people in the broad daylight? If you are here to protect people, or you are here to try to save, you don't come in war. You have to be peacemaker. You are not going to be a warmonger and they come to pretend to help those people, because those people needed peace. And you brought them in January. They killed more than 5,000 people in 2 days. So you bring them more pain than the one they had before.
Right.
So
now I want you to explain, because you had explained that some of your family members were killed and you adopted some of the relatives. Could you get into that, please? I know it's very personal, but if you could explain to the audience.
I don't hear you very well. I don't know if your mic is up.
Oh, I'm saying that you had explained before about some of your relatives being killed and you have to take care of some of the family members.
Yes, I have my brother that was killed.
Yes.
That was killed. He was working for Office de Route, which is a country that make road in Congo. And he was coming from they have a place that they were working. So then he was coming home. So he was in a Jeep of the company. So they stopped him. The M23 stopped him and say, give us the car. So he said, this car belongs to the company. It's not my car. So they said, no, you have to give us the car. So he gave the keys to the rebels, going inside to get his belonging because he has a lunch box and the bag. So they shoot some rebel were on the tree. So they didn't know. So they were thinking that he refused to give the car. So they shoot him right there 6 times and he died on the spot. And we don't even know where he was buried because it was somewhere that nobody could go on and pick up the body. So he's thrown somewhere in the jungle and I'm taking care of, he left 4 kids, which are going to school and we had to take care of them. So we moved them from Goma all the way to Kinshasa. So they are in Kinshasa, they are going to school.
Yes. Again, you say that's the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Kinshasa is in the other side, and the Goma, where they used to live, where my brother was to work, was in the eastern side, where the war is in Goma. So we had to we flew them to Kinshasa, which is the capital city. That's where they are going to school.
Yes. So beside that, the eastern part of the Congo has not really been affected because the government controls that part of the Congo, correct? But in that part of the Congo, they also have resources like oil and gas, correct?
Yeah, in that side of the Congo, since January, the M23 took it, and they have 3, like the whole region of, how do you call it, Kivu, South Kivu, and North Kivu, which is where Goma, Bukavu, Ruchuru, all those things are. We have a lot of, how do you call it, mine over there. And we have also oil. I mean, the oil is everywhere in Congo. We have some down south in Matadi, around the ocean over there. We have oil everywhere. But there they are just more of mining, like lithium, the coltan, gold, cassiterite. That's why they are mining a lot from there.
Right. So the oil and also natural gas.
Yeah, there's natural gas too.
Right. So that,
in the lake,
that could bring a lot of resources for the people to develop.
Yes.
And I don't understand, why this is happening and why these countries in Africa become so poor, because they got all these resources now. With all that natural oil and gas could be developed.
They are not right now. They are not developed because they are taking it out. We don't have refinery. Everything had to be taken out and then brought back to sell. So we don't have a smelter. We don't have a foundry to do our own gold or all kind of stuff. It had to be taken out to raw material and they brought back. Yeah.
And also when you say smelter, I also understand, that you have what they call bauxite, which makes aluminum, right? Which, because if you don't have a smelter plant, the Chinese and other countries take out the soil and develop the aluminum and sell it on the world
they take everything out. Before, they used to take everything, even the soil.
Yes.
They used to take the soil. They take the soil in bag and take it to China. They go to Zanzibar, to Tanzania, and they take it all the way to China, all the way to Europe, and they would tell us, they would tell Congolese that we took 1,000, pound or million pound, and they would declare from China that we have this amount of ore. So they would tell us what they took.
Yes.
But our President Tshisekedi don't want that. He wants to stop that. They take everything raw. He want the plant in Congo to be planted in Congo, and they do everything and they sell it as each product, instead of taking everything. Now,
right. So the soil. If you have natural gas and oil, you could build your own smelter plant, because here it is. I know a lot of these countries, they've been exploited. Jamaica, Guyana, Senegal, Ghana, they all have this bauxite. Now, the bauxite, without that, when you smelt it, it becomes aluminum.
Yeah.
Now, without that, you can't even build an aeroplane.
No.
So all of these planes that have been built around the world, including these warplanes, come from the soil of these countries that I just mentioned, including the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yes, it is.
The riches are there, and we gotta stand up. That's why I'm so interested in doing this show again, to explain to the world what's happening.
Yes.
So how you feel about that?
Yeah. So like you said, everything we got is what is the technology of today and tomorrow. It's clean energy that we got, the source. We got everything in Africa, especially in Congo. Congo has 60% of the natural, mineral that's for the next generation mineral.
Yes.
And for them, Congo to be in peace, which means I don't know how they feel. Maybe they feel like Congo is going to take anything to themselves. No. President Tshisekedi said he want everybody to come. It's a win-win. He just want everybody to come and buy it in an open market, and they go make whatever they make, and we sell, we buy it. He want Congo to be an open market, that everybody gets something out of it and win. Not people coming to exploit us and they're leaving us poor, messing the land, killing the people, and bringing all kind of disease. Because when they do that, right now, they are not even, I went to Lualaba, and that's where the capital of Coltan. I went over there to like one of the richest region among the 9 regions that we have, provinces that we have that have mineral. And everywhere there's like holes, they have been digging, but they are not taking care of making sure that they put the land back together. So you see like a lake, you see a lake, you say, wow, this is a lake. They say, no, it's not a lake. It was dug, they left it that way, and now when it rained, the water stayed. So imagine that water, it's contaminated.
Yes.
But nobody's taking care of even the land. So they are coming, they are treating us basically like animal, like, species. Because they come, they will do that, they go. And when they go, they leave it. The water will fill there, and that water goes back in the ground, and we eat the vegetables. So we are eating, basically we are getting sick. We're going to be getting sick every day.
Yes. But you see that, like, I'm like I said, Rabbi, so biblically, the Congo is in the Bible.
Yes.
Right? It's there as a country that God blessed with all these resources that we said, right? And
yes,
got some of the best water sources. The Congo River, correct?
Yeah.
Right? It's one of the largest flowing rivers in the world, similar to the Nile River.
Yes.
Right?
It's the third largest river after Amazon, Nile, and it's Congo River.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So you could develop electricity, you could develop all those things and a water flow for the people. But yet, like you said, with all of that natural water source that's biblically in the Bible, right? It's been contaminated by outside sources, mostly European powers, the Belgians, the French, you name it. The Chinese come in, So that's why we're doing this show, because the world needs to know.
Yeah, they won't need to know what's happening in Congo, because a lot of stuff that are happening in Congo, if it happen in another country, people will scream, will just talk every day, and it's gonna stop. So this is not the first place that things are happening in Africa that nobody's talking. It's exactly like the way we had apartheid in South Africa. Nobody was talking about it. It was like, it's okay to be killing black people. It's happening over and over. And now the next generation, our kids, are saying enough is enough. We had to be out of this. We had to be able to make the decision that impact ourselves with on our country, with our people, not for people to come and make decision and we pay the price. Because what they are doing, they take everything and they leave you with empty-handed. They leave you with nothing, and they leave you with disease. And when it's gonna start, they bring again the medication to sell to you that they are the one that made it. They're supposed to be giving it free, but we're gonna start buying medication for cancer, for how do you call it? People that kids don't have kids. People gonna be start born with disease. Genetically, they are corrupting our organs, and then later we have to go back to buy medication and cure ourselves. So it's not fair.
Yeah, and all of the natural plants and everything, that's even in the Bible. See, I'm a Bible man, so I got to go back to it. The fact of the matter is that all the food that God said he made for the people to eat for their health is right there in the Congo. You don't have to import food, but yet all these countries are putting all this poisonous food into the country, and the people are getting sick. We got to go back to the natural sources and eat the natural food, right? And the Congo can produce that.
Mm-hmm. So, when you mess up the environment, when you mess up the ecosystem, you don't treat it right, it's gonna not only impact you, but it's gonna impact the generation to come. Yeah. We saw when the war, after war, people, get sick often. People, and now it's like a war of mining. They are touching the land, destroying the plant, and the deforestation and the stuff. So people that's gonna suffer. We're suffering now, and we're gonna suffer in the future if it doesn't stop. Because mining had to be done responsibly. It had to be done proactively. It had to be done responsibly, and it had to also be done considering the people that are living, the land. What are you touching? How deep you are going? So all those things are not respected because they are doing it in rush. They are doing it, not bringing people, say, we're going to do this way. We're going to displace people this way. They are just coming, taking village and start dig. If they know there is gold here, they start digging. If they know there's cassiterite here, they start digging. Coltan here, they start digging. So they are not even thinking that people that are living, that be staying on those land, they're going to be sick tomorrow. The water is contaminated. The forest is contaminated. The vegetation is contaminated. So they don't think that we deserve something good.
Right. But that's because I know the Congo, when we talk about the food that we have in the Caribbean and in certain parts of Africa, you all have the best yams, you all have the best cassava, bananas, you name it. But yet, the Europeans came and polluted all of that and don't allow the people to eat the natural food.
Yeah, they have been doing that, but now it's just worse. It's worse because before it was maybe, when I left Congo to come here, we were 45 million. So to tell you, the population had doubled in 30 years or triple, 120. So which means the land that the 47 million were occupying, it's smaller than the one that 120 million are occupying. So those people, the family are becoming big, and the land that they're supposed to be living, we don't even know up to this time which one, where the people should live and where they're supposed to be exploiting for mining. Yeah. So by not knowing that is a problem because people are living where they're not maybe supposed to be living. They have the research, they do it in here at Stanford University. They know what what is what. They do it in France, but they don't tell us that, hey, you can't be living here. This is not good area to live. You're pregnant. You people have to be living this way, so we have to do this way. They do that in the country, but they don't do that to us in our country.
So like what I know in some other parts of Africa and in the Caribbean, when these mines come in, they pollute the land. They pollute the water.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't take care of the environment. They destroy the environment. And that's why a lot of people are getting sick. Even if they don't kill them by the bullet, they kill them by the water and the food.
Mm-hmm.
Right? With that, we're going to take a last break, and we'll be right back after this.
Okay, thank you.
Hello viewers, you are watching Millennium News 24. America and global villages Saint America independence built by immigrants, manufacturers, roads, highways, educations, healthcare, IT, scientists, space business development to all thousands of multimedia and all major social media platforms and news network in America. Millennium News 24, one of truthfully news networks in America and global news organizations. Please watch, follow and subscribe. We are in iOS and Android devices, Roku, Amazon, Apple devices, all smart TV, globally Horizon satellite, social media Millennium News 24, Millennium TV 24. Website www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Thank you.
All right, we're back. I just wanted to just give a little brief history of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. First, we had a very honorable man, which a lot of us in America honor, Patrice Lumumba.
Yes.
And they killed him, right? The European powers helped assassinate him. And they put a puppet in there called Mobutu.
Mobutu, yeah.
Right. And he raided the country. He made it. He's one of the people that set up all this poverty thing, made the poor. So then here comes Kabila, and he overthrew Mobutu.
Mm-hmm.
Changing it, Mobutu changed the name of the country to Zaire.
Zaire, yeah.
Remember the rumble in the jumble with Muhammad Ali?
Yes, and the foreman, foreman.
Right. So then he overthrew him, Kabila, right? Then they assassinated him.
Yes.
Right? And his son took over.
Yeah.
Now his son is out of power. Now he's coming back to the Congo. And my understanding is that the government banned his party. Could you explain that? Because they say that there's corruption that is happening. That's one of the reasons why this thing is happening in the Congo.
Yeah, like you said, the timeline, the way you said it, it was after the independence, we had a President Kasavubu and the Lumumba, Vice Premier Minister Lumumba. And then Lumumba was killed and the President Kasavubu died and the Mobutu took over for 32 years. And the Kabila came and took after Mobutu for 3 years and he was killed. And then Kabila's son came on power for 18 years. So now it's Tshisekedi who is here like for 6 years. So when they kill those people, it's to set fear on us. When they do that, it's not for us to benefit because when they like you, they work with you. That's Western. That's how they raid in fear. So they'll come with something that they impose to the people. Who do they want to be there? So Tshisekedi is really like the first person that people elected, officially elected. And they elected him the second time with 73%. So we are trying to work it out because it's like we've been independent for 65 years, but we have been under like in slavery, I'll say for 56 years or 54 years. So this is the time that people of Congo are trying to unite it to try to put things together. But now we have a neighbor, which is Rwanda, that thinks that he's smart enough to overtake the country that is 3 times its population and among the 80 times the size of his country. Mm-hmm. So all that is orchestra. It's done by the oppressor because they do what they do better is to make people fear them and fear who they put in power.
Right. It's called neo-colonialism. If you don't understand that it's a colonialism, but there's neo-colonialism. And there are two books that need to be read again, and I repeated it again. By Walter Rodney, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. That's a classic book which explains what's going on. And a book by Eric Williams, the former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, from Columbus to Castro, which explains the whole way of how they, although these countries, we all got independence, right? But how the European powers and other powers undermine us where poverty remains the key component, and then it make the European countries rich.
Yes.
France and England and all those countries don't have no resources.
They don't have no resources. That they did this colonialism and the neo-colonialism because they know that they don't have those resources. But they don't want to deal with people on the table, say, okay, what do you got? How much is this? $10, $5, we negotiate and buy it. They are coming, all the time that they come is to kill, to make fear, to overthrow, so that we can all keep on starting over and over and over. We have everything it takes for us to live in peace, for us to prosper. But because they put that fear on us, they bring who they want to work with. So even Rwanda don't make arms. There's no country in Africa that make arms. The arm that Rwanda is killing is coming from somewhere. We know where it's coming from. It's coming from France. It's coming from Europe. Which means because in Africa, we don't make arms. Kagame is not killing us with stone. No. He's not killing us with fire. No. They come with arms and killing. So who's giving him those arms?
Right.
But the question that you have to ask, and those people, can they come and say, okay, I like your country. Let's work together. Let's be in the market. You give me an orange, I give you a potato. You give me a chicken, I give you a goat. They don't want to.
Well, that's the key thing, because people don't understand. Like almost all of those West African countries, Central African countries, are paying reparations to France, for example.
Yes.
Right. They gotta use the Franco. All of their money is in French banks. All the interest is being collected by France. Yes. And they take all the resources. Now, the Congo, I know France came there and helped colonize. That's why you all speak French, correct?
No, we were colonized by Belgium.
Yeah, by Belgium, but now it's France. Because you all speak French.
Because Belgium, they speak two languages, French and the Wallon. They're the Flamand. So they didn't get along, so they picked French as an official language. So that's why we speak French, but we're not colonized by French people. Right.
But it's still a colonial impact of the Franco.
Yes, Franco, Francophonie.
Right. So yet they're paying reparations to the European countries.
Yes.
Because when the African countries became independent, right? They wanted back the land and some of the resources that they were taking out of the country to be paid back to them. So most of the money that's in the Western African countries, basically, are the Franc. They got to put all their money in French bank. That makes no sense. So that's why I'm glad to see that the Mr. Toure and the other Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali are now removing their money from the French banks.
Yes.
And discarding the Franco money.
Yes.
Because as long as they do that, France is making money
out of them. After the back. Yes. They pay a lot of reparation. And they have, France has he was the person, England and French are like the biggest colony in Africa, colonialism in Africa. So the French has like 13 countries. So out of 13, we have Guinea, we have Senegal, Burkina Faso, Mali, Togo, Benin, Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, Cameroon, Republic of Central Africa, Sahel, and so on. So they have so many countries that they colonized. So all those countries, they use franc, like you said. So everything you do have to pass through them. If you want to sell something, you have to ask them. They have to be the negotiator. They negotiate and they take the interest. And the money you are saving, you have to pay also for the bank. You have to pay for depository, all those stuff. So France have been playing a very meaningful role that oppressors have been playing for years. They didn't leave us alone. They didn't leave us alone. And the sense in Europe, French, Germany, and and England are like the biggest countries. Everything else is small, so they have more people, and they imposed a lot in the European Council. They weigh a lot because they bring a lot to the Union, but they go back to Africa and they collect all that. They are not making it themselves. They're collecting from where they colonized before.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of the oil companies, BP, imagine British Petroleum. They don't have no oil in England, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they come to Africa, get all the oil.
Yes.
From a rich country.
Yeah.
It's called British Petroleum.
Yes, they have Shell, they have BP, they have how do you call Angola, they have Exxon, they have all those, and they have how do you call those French company?
The French companies. I don't know the name now, but I
forgot the name. They have all of them.
And they ain't got no oil in France.
Yes, everything has to go to Africa and to Europe to be treated, and they come back to Africa to be sold.
Yes, and I was talking to some Nigerians the other day, and Nigeria didn't before one of the billionaires from Nigeria developed
Aliko Dangote.
Yeah, right. They didn't have any refineries, so guess what happened? They had to. BP came and and other companies came and took the oil and refined it in Europe, come back to Nigeria, and sell it at a large profit. So the people in Nigeria are paying so much money for gas and oil. It makes no sense, right? Ridiculously, the oil and gas should almost be free in Nigeria. But now people got to pay all this money because all the European countries are taking out everything. And it's like that throughout Africa and the Caribbean, same thing.
Yeah. It's a very unfortunate because it's exploitation of human by human.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Hopefully that's why I'm saying that this is a start to stop that when we negotiate for the Congo to really help develop it and the resources there so that the people can be wealthy. It's a wealthy country, but the people are poor. It makes no sense.
Yes, our President Tshisekedi said that Congolese supposed to be millionaire because what we got on our land, on our villages and township, but because this systematic oppression has been being around for years, instead of us being negotiating in a fair market, they come to us, say, we're going to help you negotiate, but they are taking everything and we are poor. So we had to stand up, this generation and the next to stand up for our own sanity and for our own good, to be treating us like partner, not treating us like our father to the kids. No, we are tired of that.
Yes.
We are tired of that.
I've been to the Congo a long time ago, and it was so friendly, and we related culturally, to where we came from as slaves, because a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the slave trade came through the Congo to the Americas and the Caribbean. Right? So it's natural that we should be, and if most Black Americans did their DNA, most people from the Caribbean did their DNA, you would see Congo in that DNA.
Yes.
So we should be concerned about this country that, we can help develop the country itself.
Yes. The thing is they divide to conquer. This is what they do all the time. They divide to conquer. And what they did or what they have been doing is making us apart so they can enter and conquer. So I remember reading a book, and I forgot the name of the book. Dubois said, as long as we are separated, Africa will never have peace. And that's true. Yeah. Now that I grow older, I understand what he meant by that. Yeah. Because if we are united and we work together, and we don't have those people to come, if nobody come and tell us what to do, we can do it, and we can do it better. Yes. And anytime that they see that we are coming together, they will put something to separate us, and then they put fear. Black American think that, oh, there's no peace in Africa. And I asked some of us, I said, brother, you somebody who's telling you, who's writing a book that there is no peace in Africa. And they ask who's that person. And they go to Africa and they find that his company is over there. What is he doing over there? And you who look like me, that we related, you are telling me that there's no peace, but somebody else is there. So
Right.
who do you think, if you and me go to Congo today and they see a Westerner, they won't know that you are from America. Me and you are gonna look alike. We can pass by, but them, they can stop and say, hey, you stop by, tell us, because that's not the land of, I'll say, white people. So we can be working together. Don't, whatever they say is like propaganda. They
Yes.
do a lot of propaganda to make everybody from Caribbean, from America, from wherever, Latino America, to not to come to Africa, so they can exploit the way they want, so they can make themselves rich. Because how you want to tell people that Congo is in red?
Right.
They put Congo in red, but who's in Congo? You are
Right.
telling anybody not to go to Congo. You're telling all maybe the airline company, don't land in Congo, but you guys are in Congo. So what are you doing where it's red?
Right.
And it's supposed to be not anybody there. It's supposed to be just us.
Right.
So they are using, among ourselves, they are using us to fight each other instead of to be united, to do stuff together. They are trying to divide us so they can conquer. And that's what the language that they have been singing. And now today, if Bezos go to Congo, if Bill Gates go to Congo, they form a company. They have ally. They have joint venture. They're going to Congo. So why are they telling you to not to go to Congo?
Right, because
When
they
they
don't
go
want us to participate in the riches or do the investment to help the people.
Exactly. So that's where you have to think that the person that is giving a warning, himself is over there.
Right.
So that warning don't stand.
And with the celebration of birthday of the Honorable Robert Marley, say Africa Unite.
Exactly. So when they're doing that,
One people.
they don't want your intellectual, they don't want your know-how, they don't want you to transfer what you know. So
Right.
once you don't transfer, I know what I know, you don't know what I know, and we are okay. We are not okay because what I know can help you, or what you know can help me. So,
Right.
but when they put us apart, they tell, don't go there, there's war, don't go there. But you go there, all the company, Glencore, it's from England. They are
Yes.
mining for years in Congo. Now all the company want to go. I have like Lytton, a company from Silicon Valley. They want to go to Congo. Kobo Metal, they want to go to in California. Why are they going in Congo? And why are they telling you and me to not to go to Congo?
Right.
Because if they are not killed, do you think they're gonna kill you? No.
No. See, well, that's the thing, and that's why I wanted to bring this to the attention of our audience. That we need to take a look at this country in the Congo and look and see how we can help. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
we got the know-how, we got the technology that can help the people develop, and I'm quite sure the people in the Congo would welcome us to help them develop the country.
In Congo, we are it's a country that it's very, it's open people. I would say in general, African people, we are really open. It's in our DNA. We know how to welcome people. We know how to live with people because we are so diverse and we have so much culture in us that, you come, you feel home. You don't want to leave because people are so warm. We are warm-hearted people. But it's just the events or the circumstance that we are put in that are making us to become a little bit like a resilient, or to become a little bit, looking at people like, why are they coming? What are they coming to do? But other than that, we are really warm people. Yes. Nobody in Africa travels to so many countries in Africa. I never felt like rejected. I traveled to Ghana, to Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, Brazzaville, Gabon. I never felt somebody would tell me or would judge me or would tell me, no, you are not welcome here. No. The immigration in Africa, we don't have immigration. We travel from place to place. We live around. Nobody's going to come and say, go back to your country, because that's who we are.
Yes.
But it's just the way people are singing, the way they're portraying us outside,
Yeah.
the way they are selling us cheap. Oh,
Yeah.
there's war. You don't go there. You get killed. All those things.
But that's not true, because I've been to most of the African countries, from
Yes.
Senegal, Mali, you know, Ghana, of course, you know, all those countries, Nigeria, Cameroon, Angola, you know, Egypt, Ethiopia, you know, all those countries I've been to. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And everywhere that I went, they welcome you and welcome open arms.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Come on in, brother. You are a brother.
Yes.
I mean, and people don't understand that you know, just like how you go to the Caribbean, you go to any one of the Caribbean countries, those people will welcome you in arms. They would never try to hurt you. You know what I mean?
No.
That's because those African people, it's in their DNA.
Exactly. We are really we know how to entertain people. We know how to make people.
Right.
Yeah, it's sad to see that the way they are telling people that African people are barbarian, African people will kill you. They are the one that bring gun. They are the one that bring all those things. We don't kill people. We live among the people. We don't kill people.
Yes.
We don't kill people.
So just to sum up, because we're almost done. Your final message to the people, and then I will wrap up.
Yeah, for me, for the final message, I thank the President Trump administration, and I thank President Tshisekedi for the openness that they have to work together. And I think the United States will go to Congo and consider the people of Congo, will be in Congo gently, will consider our environment, our people, our land, and they would look at us like we are partner. I hope the United States will come and invest and they transfer the knowledge and the work with Congolese, because what we got, God gives to us, and we are not here. God didn't give us the wealth to not to share. President Tshisekedi always said, Congo is a country solution to the world. Congo is here for everybody. Congo is here to work with anybody that will love Congolese, that will love the Congo, that bring peace, that will bring wealth, that will bring his knowledge. It's whatever you bring in Congo, bring it in peace, in the name of peace, and the work with Congolese people, find them where they are, and let's build a good alliances together, and then rebuild Congo and make sure that our people get something, because you cannot be living in the water and they don't drink water. You cannot have wealth and you share with everybody and you deploy yourself and they leave yourself poor. So we want Western to come. We want people to come and invest. All those companies from the Silicon Valley, from Texas, from Arizona, from wherever they are, that they are coming in Congo to come and work in peace. We don't want a war. War, the language of war is not an African language. The language of war, it's not in our DNA. We are peaceful people. We are gentle people. We want to welcome anybody that bring the language of peace, that speak like us, that want to be warm like us, to build and to consult together.
Yeah, shalom, shalom.
Yes, shalom. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would say that when the president of the Congo come here, we want to welcome him in New York. I want to set up something for him to welcome him in our community as a hero. So I expect you to help set that up for us, so that we can really show us that we love the people of the Congo. We want them to.
Okay, I'm going to send a message in French so he can hear it directly.
Yes.
J'envoie ce message à Monsieur le président de la République du Congo, Monsieur Félix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo. Nous, les Congolais de la diaspora, nous sommes unis, de la diaspora des États-Unis et dans le monde. Nous sommes unis pour revenir dans notre pays, travailler dans le pays. Et M. Macha, qui est notre frère, en train de vous inviter sur son show de Millennium TV. Il dit, les jours que vous mettrez pied aux États-Unis, il veut que vous venez passer dans ce show pour qu'on puisse célébrer la victoire de ces deals que vous êtes en train de signer avec le président Trump, que nous tous, on peut à bénéficier, puisque les Noirs américains, ils sont derrière nous, ils sont nos frères qui sont dehors, mais qui leur cœur se trouve au Congo et en Afrique. Il veut vraiment que vous venez participer dans une émission, dans son show de Millennium, de Rabbi TV, qui se fait à New York. Mais même si vous êtes à Washington, je crois qu'on peut se déplacer pour venir vous voir. Merci beaucoup et je dis bonjour à tout le monde au Congo et bonne nuit là-bas et je vous souhaite du courage. Ça va aller, nous sommes là, nous sommes de cœur avec vous. Merci. It's yours.
we need to learn French. We gotta learn the colonial, the master's language.
Yeah, so, you're a journalist, of course. You can learn it easy now.
Yes,
those apps, Duolingo, whatever, you can learn it. Very easy. It's not hard.
Yeah, parlez-vous français? but anyway, we'd like to thank you, and like I said, we want to welcome, and we want to thank Dr. Noor, the owner of this Millennium TV 24 network, for giving us the opportunity to explain the. So, Dr. Noor, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna follow up, and anytime that there's something comes up, we can come back and share with you.
Yes, and thank you. So with that, we say goodbye. The next program that we'll be doing is on the state budget, and so with that, we say thank you very much and see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes, sir.